Hansi Flick and this new-look Barcelona aren't just rebuilding, they're coming for it all, in Spain and across Europe. And their next move, a statement of intent. At just 23, Nico Williams isn't just a prospect for the future, he's the perfect piece for the present. Blistering pace, fearless dribbling, and a rapidly growing eye for goal and go. Looks like he was engineered for this system. Unlike past signings on the wing, he doesn't just fill a gap, he elevates the entire attack. This isn't just another transfer. This is Barcelona finding its spark again. But before we dive into why he's a perfect fit, let's rewind and see how Nico rose to this level of football royalty. His journey starts long before his first touch of a ball back with his parents, Felix and Maria Williams, who risked everything. Migrants from Ghana, they set off on a desperate journey across North and West Africa, walking through scorching desert terrain, navigating the harsh, unforgiving Sahara in search of safety, stability, and opportunity. That journey wasn't a metaphor, it was real. It was survival. Eventually, their search led them to Spain, where they found a new beginning. In 2002, Nico was born in Pamplona, a child of immigrants with a destiny to be more than just a survivor. He would become a symbol of resilience. Raised in a humble home, there were no golden paths laid out for him. But one thing was clear from the start: football ran through his veins. Together with his older brother, Inaki, who would also go on to become a football star, the two siblings used football as their language, their escape, and ultimately their weapon. They didn't train in elite academies or get media buzz early on. Instead, they grinded through the unforgiving grassroots system of the Basque country, where every step had to be earned. Nico's breakthrough came when he joined the famed Athletic Club Academy, one of the most culturally unique institutions in European football, known for its strict Basque-only recruitment policy and fierce loyalty to its traditions. Athletic's youth system had already produced players like Aymeric Laporte, Unai Simon, and of course, Nico Williams. Nico had the same opportunity, but no shortcuts. He began in the club's feeder team, CD Baskonia. No spotlight, no hype, just hard work. From there, he climbed steadily, moving to the reserve team in the Segunda division. Every appearance refined his touch, sharpened his understanding of space, and honed his tactical awareness. And finally, in April 2021, he made his senior debut for Athletic Club. At the time, he wasn't a headline, just Inaki's younger brother, quietly earning minutes. But that was about to change. The turning point. 2022 to 23, Athletic Bilbao were in transition. No European football, a squad that needed young blood. Nico saw his opening and took it. He started 4 of the club's first 5 La Liga matches, and in a game against Elche, he made his mark. A goal and a forced own goal in one stunning performance. Within weeks, Luis Enrique called him up to the Spanish national team. He debuted against Switzerland. A month later, he scored his first international goal. This wasn't luck, it was the reward for years of discipline. He ended the season with 10 goal contributions in La Liga and added 3 goals in the Copa del Rey. The football world began to notice, but they had only seen the beginning. 2023-2024. The explosion. Nico Williams didn't just grow in 2023, he erupted. In a season that would cement his status as one of Europe's elite young attackers, he delivered 10 goals and 18 assists across all competitions. He completed 82 dribbles in La Liga, second only to Vinicius Jr. But more importantly, he was no longer Inaki's sibling, he was Nico, the heartbeat of San Mames, the winger who tormented fullbacks with his pace, control, and fearless. His performances earned him a call-up to Spain's Euro 2024 squad, and he delivered on the biggest stage. In the round of 16 against Georgia, Nico was unplayable. A goal, an assist, and a 100% passing accuracy. That stat perfection in a knockout game made history. In the final against England, it was Nico who struck first, scoring the opening goal that helped Spain lift the trophy. While Rodri was named player of the tournament and Yamal was crowned the breakout star, Nico Williams stood just as tall, electric, intelligent, and unstoppable. The Barcelona chapter, the rumors began to swirl, and soon it became clear Barcelona wanted Nico, not just because he was talented but because he was perfect for Hansi Flick's new vision. Flick's system demands pace, pressure, width, and intensity. He needs wingers who don't just beat defenders, but pull them apart, create chaos, stretch the pitch, and open up space for central creators, and Nico, that's his game. He averages 5.29 shot creating actions per 90, 89th percentile, 5.69 progressive carries, and 3.43 successful take-ons, ranking in the 93rd and 98th percentiles, respectively. He's one of the most effective dribblers in Europe. But more than the numbers, it's the intelligence. He knows when to go, when to hold, when to cut inside, when to feed the pass. His assist to Rodri at the Euros is the blueprint, 1v2 on the wing, no panic. He reads the double team, slips the perfect pass inside, and watches Rodri finish. Clinical, composed, mature beyond his years. Barcelona. He's not walking in blind. He already has chemistry with Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, Fermin, a new generation of Spanish talent, ready to take Barca back to the top. Nico on the left, Yamal on the right. It's a nightmare for defenders. Two fearless wingers who can tear apart any backline in Europe. Double trouble. This isn't just a transfer, it's a transformation. Nico Williams isn't here to fill a role. He's here to redefine it. From the sands of the Sahara to the bright lights of Camp Nou, his journey is more than a story of family, faith, fight, and fulfillment. Nico Williams has arrived in Barcelona. They just signed a future legend. Lamine Yamal, just 17, already feels inevitable. Last season he wasn't just a breakout star, he was a revelation. Goals, assists, maturity beyond his years. He danced through La Liga like he'd done it 100 times before. Fans are already whispering Ballon d'Or, and they're not wrong. Then there's Pedri, the conductor, the brain, the magician in the middle. He doesn't just pass, he orchestrates. When Pedri plays, Barcelona breathes. He makes everything tick with grace and genius. And at the back, Pau Cubarsí, just 17, and already bossing games like a veteran. Under pressure, reads the game like he's been playing Champions League football for a decade. In duels against Europe's best, he didn't flinch, he dominated. Barca may have found their next PUIOL. Now, add Nico Williams to that equation. A winger with blistering pace, terrifying dribbling, and elite pressing instincts. Nico isn't just a traditional wide player, he's a system breaker. He stretches the pitch, beats his man, and forces defenses into chaos. He doesn't just play, he attacks space with surgical precision. Yes, Barcelona dominated Spanish football last season. The front three of Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Yamal tore through La Liga. Rafinha, in particular, had the season of a lifetime: 34 goals and 25 assists, Ballon d'Or numbers. But as lethal as that trio was, there was a structural flaw to right wingers and a striker on paper. Rafinha was deployed on the left, but in reality, he drifted centrally to find pockets of space. Combining with Lewandowski and Yamal, that left a gap, a demand for width that forced Alejandro Balde to morph into a high-flying, touchline-hugging fullback. The system worked, but it lacked natural balance. Now Hansi Flick has solutions. With Nico Williams, he finally has a true left-sided wide threat, a player who offers width, depth, and dynamic verticality. Someone who hugs the touchline, beats defenders 1v1, and delivers venomous final balls. And that unlocks new possibilities. Rafinha no longer needs to pretend to be a winger. He can step into a defined central attacking role, a modern no-10, the same half spaces he thrived in last season. Now with freedom, he can press, create, and shoot from the zone where he's most dangerous. Think of it: Nico wide left, Yamal wide right, Rafinha pulling strings behind the striker, or even replacing one altogether. In fact, Flick could go full Spain mode, no traditional number 9, total attacking control. Dani Olmo as a false 9, Rafinha behind him, Nico and Yamal wide, pressing high, dominating possession, creating numerical overloads, a fluid, unpredictable front line. But perhaps the most important part, Nico brings insurance. He brings depth, variety, tactical freedom. When Pedri rests, when Yamal needs a break, when Lewandowski is rotated, Nico keeps the engine running. Flick can tweak, rotate, or reinvent entirely, and the level doesn't drop. That's how modern dynasties are built. They were stretched thin, forced to fight on all fronts with just 2 natural wingers, and yet they delivered. What they achieved wasn't just impressive, it was miraculous. Now the stakes rise even higher. Next season, Barcelona will compete across 4 major competitions: La Liga, Champions League, Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Supercup. The margin for error, non-existent. In modern football, squad depth isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The best teams in the world don't just rely on stars, they build systems, prepare for storms, and make sure every key position has coverage. The signing of Nico Williams, it's not just another flashy name. It's a statement of intent. Barcelona's transfer policy has quietly but powerfully evolved. No more chasing the next Dembele. No more blockbuster splurges on players who don't fit. This isn't another Griezmann saga. This time it's calculated, it's precise. It's about fit, not fame. Nico Williams isn't hype. He's a player, tailor-made for Hansi Flick's system. A left winger who offers width, pace, relentless pressing, and positional intelligence. At just €58 million for what he already is and what he could become, it feels like a steal. A future world-class winger, at a price that could look like daylight robbery in just a few years. And the best part, Barcelona didn't have to chase him, according to multiple reports. Nico wants Barcelona. He's already agreed personal terms, rejecting big money offers from Bayern Munich and Arsenal. This isn't just a move, it's a dream, a natural fit. A player who believes in the vision, the project, the badge. Flick gets his winger, Yamal gets his partner, and Barcelona, they get balance, they get depth, they get a duo: Yamal on the right, Nico on the left, that could terrorize Europe for the next decade. This isn't about patchwork solutions. This is about continuity, identity, cohesion. Barcelona finally understands the game. It's not about chasing headlines. It's about building something real. And with Nico Williams arriving at Camp Nou, the new era isn't just coming, it's already begun.